Muslim women and their dress code has been cause for some debate, especially recently. Some countries are calling for the ban of the head-to-toe burqa. In other countries, restrictions have been placed on the traditional scarf, headscarf or hijab. The Australian Liberal Senator Cory Bernardi recently described the burqa as a symbol of female repression and suggested its ban in this country. So what are the different styles, religious and personal significance of Muslim dress and the code? Ruba Fatou joins us from the Hijab House, and Tasneem Chopra from the Islamic Women's Welfare Council. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, you've got some great examples of the hijab. It's hijab?
Hijab.
Hijab.
Yes.
OK, what is a hijab?
Hijab is essentially the head covering for a Muslim woman, which she chooses to wear as an affirmation of her faith in God. That's quite simply it. It's a personal, intrinsic expression of religious affirmation of faith. That's the black and white of it. How it's manifest will differ from person to person, culture, country, ethnicity. There's a lot of variables there.
Ruba, you have some examples here with us. Our first young lady in the full-length outfit. The hijab is the scarf.
That's correct.
And can come in any colour?
That's correct. Any colour, any style. These are something from Hijab House. So
just the first one in the full-length outfit, what do you call that?
This is just an, you can get away with saying it's an Arab kaftan. It's actually, we've modernised it slightly, Kerry-Ann. You can see there's a bit of a wrap there. So Fatima, do you want to just lift your hands up and show Kerry-Ann? So we've wrapped that around. This is something that you can, you know, still
Where would you wear that?
To a wedding.
OK, so that's nice, slightly more formal.
That's right. And it's still very modest, still very stylish. We've got beautiful fabrics and, you know, the silk material, so it's quite soft.
So what is the other outfit that is the full-length outfit we do see a lot of girls wearing?
That's a habaya.
Habaya.
Abaya.
And what's the difference between a habaya and that?
This is actually the base of this style was a abaya. So what we've done though is added a wrap or made it, you know, something that can be tied up here to maybe make it more stylish.
OK, our second guest this morning, again, a very a beautiful scarf. And the rest of it, where would a young Muslim woman wear that?
To work.
To work?
To work.
And our next example?
Out shopping with friends, out nice day out in the town. And
is there, religiously, Tasneem, is there any restriction religiously or symbolically with the colour of headscarves?
No. I mean, essentially, the parameters are, and I should point out, first of all, that women need to, the public need to understand that the hijab is also a choice. I mean, women have to choose this affirmation. It can't be forced on you because it loses its value. It doesn't say that it does get forced, it does happen. But essentially, in the overwhelming majority of women that I know choose to wear the hijab. Then how you manifest that hijab, the parameters will vary in terms of colour and style. But the essentials are that your face and your hands show, and beyond that, I mean, your imagination is the limit.
It's hands and face that are allowed to be shown. Why not the hair or even the neck?
Well, again, I mean, some people will show their neck and some people won't. But the stipulations there are to cover the more modest parts of you. But that doesn't mean it can detract away from you dressing in a sensible way or a stylish way. That's a personal choice.
I mean, Kerry-Ann, I think that's a really good point because there's so much focus on, you know, young girls trying to put together an outfit or a abaya and then trying to match it with a scarf. And I think it's so important to be able to have different colours, Kerry-Ann. It is, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can have different prints for different occasions. So there's no religious imposition on that at all?
No. Is there anything in the Quran that said women should be covered completely?
No, again, in the Quran, the stipulations are, and I'm not a scholar and I won't even attempt to go into any scholarly inference because that's not my field, but my understanding is the dress code, therefore, men and women, is a modest dress code. Then how it's interpreted varies.
We're looking at some vision there. What do you call this outfit?
That particular outfit is actually a niqab.
A niqab.
Niqab.
That's correct.
OK. And that's with the slit just for the eyes, but virtually the nose down is covered, everything is covered.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah. But again, these are a minority of women who, in our community, we have about, in Australia alone, we have over 300,000 Muslims, over half of which are women. And I'd say less than 0.1% actually even don the niqab. So we're talking in terms of numbers, a very, very small proportion.
And the burqa is, the difference with the burqa?
The burqa is, from my understanding, is the full covering of the body, which is with maybe a mesh over the eyes. That, again, I've never seen in Australia, but I have seen and I understand is prevalent in places like Afghanistan.
How do you respond when people say even the hijab and Muslim dress is a symbol of oppression for Muslim women?
I'd say that people are responding to the hype. There is, in fact, a lot of variance in the reasons people wear it. Majority of people, like I mentioned, do so out of choice. I think people need to ask women why they wear it. We've had a lot of men, Muslim men and particularly non-Muslim men, experts and politicians, telling us what we should wear. I find that outrageous.
And I think, Carrie-Anne, if there really is a concern for women being oppressed or women, you know, being degraded in society, if we were to put something in place, I mean, we're such an open community here in Australia, let's ask these women, are you oppressed? Or if you are oppressed, let's put things in place to actually help them rather than banning it.
But sometimes there is a cultural oppression. People get used to a lot of things if that's the way you were born, that is, you're teaching from your parents and your family, and there is an underlying repression that isn't sometimes even recognised, and it doesn't even have to be in a Muslim religion.
No, I think that crosses a lot of cultures, and I think with the niqab or even the hijab, people mistakenly associate the image of the hijab with what they see overseas. They see these regimes overseas where women are forced to wear a hijab, and they make the automatic assumption that 101 makes two, when often it doesn't. So this is a democracy.
And I mean,
people choose.
Carrie-Anne,
Can a young Muslim woman still be strict with her faith and not wear a hijab?
Absolutely.
definitely.
So that's no problem at all. So there's no religious forcing of that. Within your community, though, if she walked into your community and she was part of your community without the appropriate hijab, would she be ostracised?
No, I mean, there are naysayers in every faith, in every community, and I dare say I've got some conservative Christian friends who, if they're dressed in a modest ways, get, sort of shunned at. I have two daughters, and I don't expect them, I'm never going to tell them they have to wear the hijab. Neither of them do
I mean,
now.
for me, Carrie-Anne, I wore it personal choice. I work, I go to university. It's something which I love, and I think wearing the hijab for any young Australian Muslim women, it's personal choice. And when you wear it, you don't wear it to see what it feels like, or you don't wear it because my father told me to. You wear it simply because you want to wear it. That's
Well
what
said.
it's about.
Ruba, Tasneen, ladies, thank you very much. I think it's very important for us to actually have a full understanding of how, where and why, and we do appreciate your
Thank you,
time.
Peter.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Not a
Okay,
problem.
coming up, the newest star from Britain's Got Talent, but next, Matt Damon, back on the big screen, a new thriller for him called The Adjustment Bureau.